Yes, sir. We live.
Oh, we live. Deeper than bars, deeper than rap, where we go beyond the bars and deep in the facts. Hold on, my fault, y'all. I ain't even realize. You feel me? What's really good, man? Um, we gotta talk about it today, bro. Listen, hold on. I got to get my share on and shit like that. You feel me? We got to talk about it today. It feels like summer madness again. It feeling like summer madness again. You feel me? Um, Summer Madness did come and go. It was in Charlotte, North Carolina, in the South. Um, During the face-offs, Smack said something that was very interesting. Um, and he said that when they look at the analytics, uh, you know, the South, that part of the South shows up a lot. As if they're involved with the culture, what's going on, and that's cool. People show that type of with that being said, though, you give people an inch and they take a mile. You give people credit for being involved and they act like they created shit. All right, which that was definitely a double entendre. Let's just put that out. I'm here in Florida, y'all. I was getting my share on, trying to, what I'm saying, get it to where I can get people in that you feel. Um, but we gotta talk about things. Um, this is this shit is getting out of hand. It is getting really out of hand. Okay, hold on, y'all. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I appreciate y'all patience because we getting ready for Hurricane Ian down here. You know what I'm saying? I figured I'd try to um I try to get on here and chop it up with y'all before what? Don't do that before it get real and I have to worry about losing power and all that old type of extra crazy shit. Um, but before I even get into the battle rap thing, because it's been a minute since I chopped it with y'all, um, I want to say rest up to PNB Rock. Um, Unfortunately, you know, the black culture has took another L from one of its talented people going down. And prayers up to his family and friends, people who basically depended on him, whether it's financially, emotionally, to all the fans that really rocked with him, and now he is no longer with us. My prayers go out to y'all. Um, it is a very, very, very unfortunate thing um, that we had to lose PNB Rock. I mean, that's just about how as real as it get. You know what I mean? Um, he was out in LA. Some things transpired, which led to him. Now, some people would blame it's posting the location. Some people would blame, oh, why he flossing around people that ain't got it. Um, and I I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. This shit getting out of hand, right? Now, as a person
Shit
who,
definitely getting out of hand.
a person who come from the slums and not just the particular, you see how I'm recording, right? I'm probably more from the hood, from the slum than a lot of you niggas even try to proclaim. Like, I really know what it's like to not have nothing, to really get it out the mud, bro, with nothing. You hear what I'm saying? So I feel some type of way how people be trying to claim that shit, but I really feel some type of way that people be so focused on their own personal desires that they don't realize that it's bigger than them. So understand, right? Let's just put this in the mind, right? You hear a lot of complaints in our community about people who who uh they don't care about our communities. They don't try to invest in our communities. They don't try to help and support. You know who could be the people that could help and support our communities? Our own entertainers and artists who make it from the slums like we did.
Facts.
But guess what? You know why they can't invest? Because y'all keep fucking killing them. And then y'all want to get out here and talk about what they did. Like, bro, he earned that shit on his own.
They
He
killed all
earned
the
the right to be able to
motherfuckers.
buy those chains. He earned the right to be able to take his family places. So now he should have to not be able to come outside because y'all stupid. Now, I'm gonna tell you why you're stupid. I'm gonna tell you why you're dumb. All right, because rather than pull up on that man and try to bully that man, you could have pulled up on that man and been like, bro, you feel me? Hey, we gonna hold you down. You feel me? Just on the strength, like we need to be more protective of our culture. For example, if I don't just say if Bad Bunny came to the hood, bruh, you think them Hispanic gangbangers is gonna let y'all touch him? It don't matter if Bad Bunny do something for them or not. You think they gonna let y'all touch him? No. They gonna go to war with y'all before they let y'all touch him. They not gonna even touch him. Okay? You think when Kid Rock show up in ghetto white neighborhoods, you think they trying to touch him? You think though if he showed up and they was there, they would let y'all touch him? Y'all see how they act about the politicians, Trump and them. They ready to go to war and shoot up everything to protect their own. So why we can't do that? Why we don't have that mind state? Why we got to think about robbing each other versus saying, hey, bruh, we going to make sure you good when you come in this area and when you go to them other areas. And guess what? That man going to be thinking like, damn, bruh, they ain't even have to do that. You know what? Let me bless them. Let's do this. But you know why? Everybody's so linked on competition. You such on some bottom feeder ass shit mentality that you can't see the bigger picture. You can't tell the trees from the forest. That shit really irks my nerves, bruh. If people be so much talking about how they tough and all that other shit, bruh, but you ain't being tough against the motherfuckers that's actually trying to kill us. All this gang banging with each other, y'all ain't gang banging with the police. And now I ain't talking like, I'm the most educated I'm the most pro-black. I'm not saying it like that. I'm not saying it like I'm the best parent out here or I'm not saying it like I'm the greatest activist. I'm not saying none of that. But I'm just calling a spade a spade. You don't see that. You don't have to see in these other cultures. They protect their celebrities and the people that get on that and they wealthy. You know why? Because those are the motherfuckers that'll be able to invest back into the struggle because they understand. Now you can't put a time frame on when somebody's able to be in a position to invest back in something. You feel what I'm saying? That you feel some type of way about. That you can't control that, bro. That's not for you to control. You know what I'm saying? But if you put in, like I say, you put in good karma, man. Good karma come back. Just bottom line, bro. And this shit is getting out of hand, bro. I cannot believe that we done lost another one, bro. Juice World, Extension, Pop Smoke, Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? And I done missed quite a few in this, in these, not PNB Rock. I done missed quite a few. But damn, bro. Can we have anything? Is it okay? People mad, black people struggling, but y'all but some of y'all saying that is encouraging the dumbass behavior. This shit getting out of hand. This 2022, bro. Like, this shit really about to be a cultural war. It's really about to be a cultural war. It's bigger than the music. It's bigger than the fame. It's bigger than that, bro. If you don't got numbers, man, what do you have? So what is y'all fighting for? Like, I don't get it. This shit don't make no sense to me, bro. But rest up the PNB route. You know what I'm saying? You know, you was on your way to legend status in some type of way, and I'm pretty sure in your hood where you come from, you a legend. You know what I'm saying? And it may not be like that to everybody, but bruh, you know, you gonna be sorely missed for sure. You know, this gonna be a crazy one today, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't really got no good positive energy for the topics that I'm talking about. Even though I may have some positive feedback for the shit that I'm talking about. I don't got no good energy though. I'm a little upset. I'm I'm super upset, y'all. Like, you don't even know. Um, it feels like summer madness again. Summer Madness went down. Let me tell y'all how excited I was for Summer Madness. Okay. Mind you, I decided, you know, whether I was going to not work that day or go to work and streaming. I had a few job sites that I went, but I went on and, you know, I went up to the college where I was at, you feel me? And I worked up there where I could work in the back and stream it and stream the battles. Okay. And I'm telling y'all, like, when I say, bruh, I was really pumped for Summer Madness. Like, I was really pumped, you know. Maybe it's because, you know, Fonz was battling, and that always give me hype to see Fonz up there. You know what I'm saying? Getting able to stay to further his name in the game as a legend from Cleveland, Ohio, as a guy who watched him. You know what I'm saying? From listen, bruh, I was pumped. You know, you got Easy versus Calico. You know what I'm saying? Fonz versus Danny, Suge versus Chess. But then you got JC and Sue Surf, Tay Rock and Swamp. You feel me? And I'm just like, bruh, all these cats really be coming with that work for real, for real. Like, especially when they ready to go off. Like, they be coming with that work. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, let's check this out. Let's see what's going on. Had my whole day ruined. My whole day was ruined by watching. Now, excuse me, y'all, I'm just sharing. You feel me? Get some more people in here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talk about a rap, talk music, culture. You know, just trying to see. Get on in here. You feel me? Feel free to definitely chime in. You know what I'm saying? If you pop up in the chat, whatever social platform you chop up on, you feel me? Um, bruh. First off, too, wait, before I get into the event, right? It's some things that happen leading up to the event. Okay. All right. The biggest thing that I feel like I want to mention before we get on the actual event, okay, we really got to talk about RBE versus URL versus KOTD. We got to get into that. Hold on, right? Hold on. Okay, I did. Okay. Appreciate y'all holding on. My bad. This is another thing that bothers me. All right, because I don't understand how in a culture where we influence everything in life, okay, everything in life. This is not an overstatement. I'm not pulling this out my ass. Black culture influences every aspect of everybody's life. I don't care what part of the world you in. I don't care what country you in. I don't care where you're from. All right. Somehow, some way, black folks have impacted your life. All right. If it comes down to some certain devices you use that we created, certain methods that we came up with that everybody copycat, it does that. Somehow, some way, we have impacted your life. Okay. So they say imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And the only people who don't look at that like that are people who have insecurity problems or egotistic. Now there are levels to it. Some people do shit out of spite, and those people should get checked. And in those instances, you know, imitation is not flatterizing. But I don't know if flatterizing is a whole word like that. I know sometimes I do that just to put that out there. Sometimes I do that. But nonetheless, battle rap has gone from a backyard brawl to a globally televised entity. Guys went from paying for their own way to get on camera to getting paid 5 figures a battle. That is a hell of a climb. And there were a lot of different entities that contributed to this happening. Last time I checked, the industry was about the artist. Okay? Oh, it's not about the artist, it's about the fans. Why would the fans why would the people who benefit from the creation be more important than the creator of the creation? Make that shit make sense. Please, somebody, please make that make sense. How can the investor into the creator be more important than the creator? Because without the creator making its masterpiece, you don't have nothing to invest in, and those people don't have nothing to feel a part of. So where the fuck is y'all logic at? I don't understand this shit. Wait, hold on. Let me hit this whole video. I done had it for like a week though. I'd be sipping like a month. I think I had this Julio like 2 weeks actually. I'm a sipper. I'm an occasional guy. But sometimes on my occasions I can go hard. So I don't be understanding people's logic, right? And that 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 little nugget of the industry is about the artist. We're going to I'm going to bring up multiple examples to support this as I go through the rest of the show. All right, for as much time as I can sit up here, we're gonna talk about this. Okay, so RBE, no, ARP, the creator of RBE, came out with a blog series. Now, I'm gonna tell you, right? I'm not saying it like I see every single thing that goes on in the culture every day, all the time. Nobody does. And if you do, you got way too much fucking time in your hand and not enough responsibility. Unless you're getting paid to do that. And that's a different conversation. I don't know ARP personally. And when I don't know a person personally, I can only go off the way they go about the things that I'm able to witness from them and the result of it. And how they speak on it and their intentions when they do it. Okay. So let's talk about how ARP has supported everybody every entity in the culture. Lions Den, Street Status, um, Bullpen, URL, KOTD, Gates of the Gates of the Garden. Excuse me, Dre. I ain't want to fuck your shit up. Gates of the Garden. And it's various other leagues. Danger Zone League. Like ARP supports everybody, bro. This was before he became a league owner. Okay. What I've also learned from ARP is that if you're gonna step to him, you better come correct. Because from what I've witnessed, whenever he puts out his stuff, he come with all facts. You know how people be like, show me some receipts or say the file? His picture is under there. Like he epitomizes saving the file and showing proof or receipts. And I respect it because he only do it when he's forced to. I don't even say when it's necessary. He literally only does it when his hand is forced. And we all grew up on Smack. When we first think of battle rap, Smack is usually the first thing we think of because majority of us had the DVDs. Mostly all of us was familiar with the DVDs. You know what I mean? And they were ahead of their time. All right. But people getting real shady on the business. And ARP dropped this series where he basically exposes how URL purposely interferes with his business. Purposely. Not accidentally, purposely. Like URL pays. They allegedly, because I'm not the law, I wasn't there. So allegedly, they pay battle rappers to not perform. Now, I can go further and say these aren't alleged. This is actual facts because actual battle rappers who were actually paid to not do RB events have came out and said URL paid them to not do the event, or it heavily implied, or all but said and very heavily insinuated that they were paid to not battle by URL. You can't copy respect, is what they go by. This some bullshit. URL, this some bullshit. Okay? What you're doing, I'm gonna tell you what you're doing, URL, when you do that. You make the culture look bad as a whole. You make the whole culture look bad. Because when you're the status that y'all is when it comes to this part of the culture, this part of black culture, this part of black music, which is the battling, which is one of the truest forms of lyricism. Give it a black eye, like y'all up there. So because y'all status so up on a pedestal, bruh, it's certain things. There's a lot of things that are beneath you, or should be beneath you. Your status should be good enough. You should do business at a very upfront level to where you don't have to do these little things to ensure your brand stays prominent. Because the way you go about your business, the way the results of your business affect its participants, breeds loyalty and respect on its own. So this is clearly something ARP figured out with RBE that URL didn't. Clearly. Okay. I got mad respect for ARP. I never met this man in my life. I don't know him. But bruh, if you ever catch this, no, I got mad respect for you. Not just as a business owner, but just as a man and how you go about handling certain things, the way you do business, the way people talk about you. As a guy who had a league before, who was a major part of promoting and putting the league on, you know what I mean? In so many respects, like I respect the fuck out you, bro, because you don't even lose your cool when you do the shit. Now maybe you might lose your cool behind doors. You be upset. You might hit the puncher bag and all that shit, and that's cool. You human. You right to do that. But bro, I got mad respect for you and how you do your business. Right. With that being said, I love the URL. Okay, I'm an avid viewer. So this ain't me bashing them. I'm just calling a spade, bro. Like, why would you do that? Why would you force this man to have to drop a 9-video series exposing how y'all do funky business on his name? When, bruh, Jim's, shout out to Jim's. And if you ever catch a Jim's podcast, he has a really good podcast. Shout out to Jim's, man. But Jim's, last time on our URL that I remember, had a whole third round about this very topic. Imagine a Summer Madness with the blackout and the massacre as one event. Imagine an event where it's KOTD versus RBE versus URL, and the type of money that would generate, the type of effect that would have on battle rap and the blackout that it has of being unruly and or organized as a culture or as an entity in a business. I'll give you an example. The Rough Rider Cash Money Tour. Remember that? Nobody thought, and if you don't know, please go look at the documentaries and hear how the artists talk about how that tour changed all their lives for the better. That tour is a big reason why Jay-Z became a billionaire. And Dame and Jada and them and Eve and DMX all thrive. Benny Siegel and State Property all thrive. Why Cam could come in with Diplomats right after that and it all thrive. Okay? Hold on, y'all. Hold on one second. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, so Jim's had a whole, Jim's had a whole, he had a whole third round about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I listen, y'all, I don't understand why it's so hard for black companies to do business with each other and come together. I really do not understand why this is so hard. I don't understand why we as a culture cannot do business together and help everybody get money when we all fight in the same struggle.
Yeah, but some people just, man, they just gotta feel like they're ahead of everything. Like some people, I
But
don't know,
bro,
and it's only really with us. It's like it's like most of us feel like we gotta be the face of this shit. Like I don't know, but like I don't. It's hard because with my filming, did you freeze up? Oh no, You did. It looked like you froze up for a minute. That's just like, man, when it come to me and my film, and like I tried to bring so I ain't even about to get too deep into it, but I tried to bring so many people together, man, to make some shit happen. And it's like it was always excuse. It was always something. But then I seen them over there with the other folks, right? And they meet up,
Going ham though, right?
bruh. Like, and I still mess with them. What have like, bruh, I had something so dope that like
But
to
you,
this day, people want to buy it. Like I let people read a little bit, and people be like, "Man, I will buy this script from you." Like, man, and I try to do it because I want to do it with my peoples, and it's just, man, shit about to make me mad even going back thinking about it. But yeah,
hey, no,
I
bro,
know how
listen.
I know how it is. It's just like, man, that's one thing about me, and I tell people I'm a credit person. Like back in the day, when we used to buy albums and tape back in the day, I'm reading credits. When I watch movies, I read credits. I like to see who doing the lighting, who doing this, who doing this. That's what I say, man. When you look at a real project that's done, you not just go see one name on there, bro. It ain't gonna be like you not just go see one name on there. You go see everybody that has something to do with this because it takes a team to really make the dream work. And we don't get that, bro. Like I don't know. I don't know. It feel like I don't know if it's something from the past. A lot of people say, what I'm saying, that shit from before we was even born. And it's like that though. Like a lot of this shit stemmed down from shit before we was even here. How they just got us.
I, mm,
I don't get it. I'm different because I always want to bring people together, but it's just like some people, when it come to us, it's just like we don't want to come together with each other. It's like it got to be a competition. When you don't, it don't. You remember how our battle rap scene and shit that was going on out here? There's so much shit that could have came together, but it was a lot of fuck shit going on because everybody want to beef and say we doing this, you do. Like I don't know, man. I don't
no,
know.
no, you listen, bro. This shit don't make no sense, bro.
It
You
don't
ain't.
make no sense,
This
bro.
shit
Like
don't make no sense.
it's crazy and it's painful at the same time. Like man, do y'all know what we can do right now? Like, just don't really understand, bro. I don't get it.
As a guy, and this is deeper than bars, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. If you whatever social, if you on Facebook tuning in or hitting it from Twitter or hitting it from YouTube, welcome in. This is deeper than bars, deeper than rap, where we go beyond the bars and deep in the facts. Hold on, cause I ain't do something I'm supposed to do. Hold on, what's this? Where am I? Bruh,
Huh? You
go switch my name up there, man. I ain't even do
oh,
that.
you still got the D trend on there?
Yeah, man.
D
I
trend.
ain't switched my hat. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't switched my hat. You see the D Trent name, man? That's my sports podcast. I mean, yeah, that's my sports podcast. So you can check that out: Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Definitely check that out. But I ain't in a sports mode right now. We talking deeper than bars. So welcome, y'all. This is deeper than bars, deeper than rap. Where we go beyond the bars and deep in the facts. Okay. On here, we get down to the nitty gritty. We get personal. And it ain't no understand. I don't come from a place of shade or hate or none of that. I'm just more in a position of food for thought and why. I'm going to ask the questions. Why? Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm DC 3 degrees. You feel me? Degrees pimp game. You can look my name up on YouTube and all that. You will see my battles. You will see performances from me. You know what I'm saying? You'll see me hosting a lot of events. Like you can go on YouTube and type up Degrees Pimp Game and get a lot of information. If that's what you just want to see, what position I come from in the music. All right. And to HooliewoodYella point. I was deep in this shit, y'all. And we still on the topic of URL, RBE, KOTD. We just right now, I'm just using the example of, like, or I'm just adding some background information because coming together shouldn't be this hard. Okay? Bro, listen. At one time, before I took a step back from all the music and shit, okay, I was battling, hosting for the battle league, recruiting for the battle league. I had my own battle league with my own 8 battlers. I had battlers who wanted to leave the league I was hosting and just wanted to run up under my league. Okay, me, I'm thinking big picture though. Like, listen, as much as y'all fuck with me, I ain't in a position to promote y'all the way that y'all need to be promoted. This platform here though can really boost y'all more than I could. So as much as it would be to my control to do it like that, I just ain't a selfish guy like that. And I mean, some of the guys that was on this is now guys that y'all talk about, guys that y'all have seen in the circuit that you don't even know that I got that type of connection to them like that. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I have my own music company where I set up the shows, did the itineraries, I talked to the artists, I put together the formats, found the venues, I talked to the people at the venues to book the place, had to sign these contracts. Bro, I was doing all that on an everyday basis. And we was doing 4, 5 shows a week. You hear me? Like, so I ain't speaking from somebody who just watching this shit and don't really know how it go. Like I really understand how the ins and outs go. You feel what I'm saying? But the hardest part of this shit is working with a like minds because everybody wanna be the fucking boss. And it seemed like as much as y'all watched Rockefeller and how much people love Jay and they love Dame, they don't take heed to the shit that they was actually preaching. Nigga, why would I want to be one boss when it could be 10 bosses? And if any one of us fall, each of the other 9 bosses could give up a portion to the 10th man and put him back on top and not lose nothing. Why we can't do that with 20 people? Why we can't do that with 100 people? Why we can't do that with 1,000 people? Why? Shit makes no sense, man. Everybody talking about getting better and doing better and preaching that it ain't no unity, but it seems like a lot of these people who talking about it don't want to actually take the actions to do it. So what y'all want to be fake woke, fake cool, fake righteous? Come on, man. Listen, when it come to DC 3 degrees, bruh, or when it come to degrees pimp game, you ain't gonna find not a man, woman, or business owner that ever did business with me and said that I shysted them or played them or tried not to help them get in a better position. A lot of those cats took information I gave them or resources that I had and they flourished with it. And you don't see me hitting them up talking about some, oh, you owe me and none of that because that ain't why the fuck I did it. That ain't supposed to be why you do it. You know what I'm saying? And y'all motherfuckers priority. I feel like, and let me emphasize, I feel like motherfuckers priorities fucked up. And I don't say that like I'm perfect and I got all my shit together and I know all that. I ain't speaking on that, bro. But listen, I'm a person who's witnessing what's going on. I come from a certain level of upbringing, a certain standard, a certain ethic, a certain moral base. And y'all niggas bugging. So back to URL, right? Why? I just don't understand why. You know, it makes entirely no sense for y'all not to be the leaders of calling organic or calling ARP or hitting up Don't Flop and saying, look, bro, we about to put together a couple years of events. We can all get money.
And make it happen. And that's what's so crazy. Like it's so many people that do business together every day that don't fuck with each other. But we gonna handle this business. Trust me, most of them people up top, they don't rock with each other, but we gonna handle this business. You know what I'm saying? And most of the people that they probably renting these events from and all that shit, they don't like y'all. They don't like us. You feel
But
me?
y'all gonna pay that
We
ticket.
gotta do business with them to make this shit work.
So
And we can't come together to do that. And it'd be crazy. Like, man, get out.
it,
I don't know. It's egos. It's just, man, people just got to step out and be the bigger person, bro. That's why I always said I wasn't never the person like, this ain't really, this just in life. That's just like if a motherfucker do some wrong, like if I get caught doing wrong, I never was the one that try to fight it off. Like, no, I ain't do this. I ain't do this. It is what it is. I knew what I was doing, especially if it's getting somebody else involved. I'm trying to like, man, we have to come together and do business right. We ain't gotta like each other to do business, man. At the end of the day, you don't.
Bro,
Man.
listen,
Half of the people that you do when you go to these banks, none of these people like us, bro. And that's what we gotta like. They don't like us, bro. You come in here with this money, yeah, I'm gonna let you rent my space out. You know what I'm saying? If you got the bread, and I'm probably taxing you. Tell you the truth. I'm probably taxing you because I don't mess with you like that. But shit,
right.
if we work together, shit, that's just like what's the other homie that you saying? Like he might have an event, like man, my dude will let us get this bitch for free, for real. And just let us do what we do and we split it. Like you never know, man. Like once you get in business with somebody, like you ain't gotta like each other, but you can do good business. And that's what we gotta understand. We ain't gotta mess with each other and talk with each other every day to do good business.
I think about it like this too, right? You and shout out to Hoolie for those points. You know what I'm saying? Because bro, Hoolie's so real with it, bro. And listen, I usually try to only associate my people with myself with stand up people. You know what I'm saying? As it was taught to me, man. If you hanging around people that you don't think is on a higher level than you, then you not trying to level up. Okay, let me reword this in a way. If you hang around with 5 broke people, you're gonna be the 6th broke person. If you hang around with 5 billionaires, you'll be the 6th billionaire. If you hang around 5 business owners, you're gonna be the 6th business owner. If you find if you hang around 5 criminals, you know, you're gonna be the 6th criminal. So who you align yourself with, not just in the physical, but mentally, emotionally, those things have a long-term effect. Okay? Because guess what? Most of us got kids. Most of us got siblings. We got friends that's trying to who aspire to do other things in life, bigger things in life, even if it's not our own aspirations. But 6 degrees of separation is so fucking real. And you don't understand it today could impact one of your people tomorrow when they trying to do shit. I hear so many people say, I don't fuck with people like that. I just stick to myself and why and all that shit. And then when y'all going through shit, you don't got nobody to talk to. You don't got nobody to lean on. And then unfortunately, some of those people choose to take it upon themselves to call their time to go home, which is so unfucking fortunate. But bruh, social media is prominent. You know what I'm saying? So as the masses, like I feel like us fans, we have an obligation to 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 make our upper entities hold the standard. You know what I'm saying? When our black companies, when our black entities, when our black wealthy and celebrities act in a certain type of way, it has a reflection on all of us. But what a lot of y'all don't understand is all y'all comments and shit influence how these people are. You know why? Because they're in the business of making fucking money, which is the bottom line, bro. Money don't got no fucking emotions. Money don't choose no fucking sides. Money is for anybody who can obtain it, and it's going to do what it does for whoever can use it in the way that it's possible to be used, bro. It ain't no favoritism. The money itself, the actual currency, does not have emotions. It does not choose sides. But guess what? It's necessary for everybody who's fucking breathing. Money is necessary. It is arguably outside of air and nutrition the most necessary element to living. So the fact that people go out their way to try to block people from making money, to doing all this, like y'all really hurting the artists who are the people in a position to help the investors and the fans simultaneously. You're killing the plug. This happens in the streets. Niggas get so egotistical. They get so fucking insecure. Oh, the one, he, now you fucking up the plug. But the plug got all the connections. Oh, they gonna just be my connection. You're not him or her. You're not them. You don't know what it took for them to build those connections. You don't know what they had. Why would you give up your leverage when you could just be cool with them and they could just bless you with the shit just on the strength? My granny always said, man, you catch more flies with sugar than shit. And man, we don't really take heed to shit our elders tell us. People get so caught up in, when you was this age, you did this, but me at that age, I'm doing this. Like, bruh, comparison is the thief of joy. That's some shit I had to learn. That's some shit that was taught to me. Comparison is the thief of joy. Okay, I'm so thankful for learning that, because people put up all these crazy expectations and they do all this, get involved in all these things that distort their mindset and their moral base. And they be like, it's about the money. But you understand, like, money only enhances who you are anyway. It don't change you. It just puts more of a spotlight on who you really are. Because when you feel like you got it, you feel like you can do anything you want. So when you're in a position to do anything you want, that's your true character. That's your real character. You know what I mean? But shout out to ARP for putting that shit out there. Shout out to him. Um, like I say, as a man, as a battle owner, as a battle league owner, as a blogger, I feel like he goes about the shit in the right way. Shout out to URL, because without them being the forefathers, we wouldn't even have these type of predicaments or situations to even be talking about in the first place. And shout out to KOTD, because they innovated the game in a way that opened the doors for battlers to make more money and to travel and to be more involved in their own shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to the Lions Den and the Street Status, and, you know what I'm saying, Bullpen. There's a lot more leagues. Shout out to all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what go on, y'all still provided opportunities for people to better their lives, to put themselves in a position to be their own bosses. And yes, when you're a artist, you're your own boss. You are the product. Whatever you come up with, anything you can create or come up with is a product that comes from you, and you're the product. So that's a product. And any way that you can use that to further your money status or whatever it is, you should do it. But we gotta start, as fans, spectators, as media people, bloggers, whatever the fuck we are, we gotta start holding up a more righteous standard that's gonna have a trickle down effect for the positive. We gotta start holding account, keep praising the real shit and criticizing that fake dumb shit. Fuck what the masses want. The masses don't know what the fuck they want. Let's be honest about that. And that's why people make a lot of money off the masses, because they don't know what they want. They only know what makes them feel connected, which is two totally different things. You know what I'm saying? Two totally different points of views, two entirely different concepts. You know what I'm talking about? But you know, like I say, man, this one is gonna be a doozy, bruh. Deeper than bars, deeper than rap. When we go beyond the bars and deeper than facts. I am DC 3 Degrees. You know what I'm saying? We streaming right now live on Facebook and YouTube. After if you miss it live, you can catch the replays on Spotify, Anchor, Radio Public, Google Podcasts. You feel me? Deeper than bars channel. Now let's get into the battles. Now, it's been quite a few events that have happened between the last time I sat in front of y'all and this current moment, right? But we only gonna talk about the Pro Bowl. This how I feel, right? Gnome is the Super Bowl. Nome is the night of main events. That is the Super Bowl, in my opinion. That is the mecca of the shit. Right? Where all the stars come out. Nome is the Pro Bowl. Okay? Only the top cats make it to the Super Bowl because they fought the war of attrition to get to that point. Championship, Stanley Cup final, however you want to associate. But the All-Star game, the Pro Bowl, is full of people who are not there and some that were there, usually. Okay? Or, if you was in this, you ain't in this because you already got your spotlight in the big event. So I would like to encourage URL to treat those events more like that. Treat Nome like the Super Bowl and treat Summer Madness like the Pro Bowl or the All-Star game. I feel like if you go with those concepts, it'll work more to your benefit as a business, in my opinion. I think it'll work more to your benefit. You know what I'm saying? The first battle that I'm going to talk about is finals. Flat out. Okay? It's amazing how, like I say, the fans don't know what they want. They only know what they feel connected to. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how shit's so wishy-washy. I can make a case that Fonz then won every battle he done been up against since drugs. And I can argue that he beat drugs, material-wise. Drugs just didn't stumble or stutter, which matters. I'm not saying it don't matter, but I could legitimately debate Fonz won that conflict. He went up against Shuni. He got to the tournament. They said he lost to Swamp. I fuck with Swamp. So in the long run, I didn't have too much gripe with him moving on because I legitimately fuck with Swamp. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a real dude in my opinion. I feel like he a real solid dude. He true to who he is, who his word is, and what he goes back to where it should have been before all the BS happened that had people counting you down and out. I'm happy for you, bro. For sure, I'm happy for you. Legitimately happy as fuck for you, bro. Like, shouts out to you. But y'all be playing my man Fonz. Y'all be playing Fonz. Y'all act like Fonz ain't a killer. And he don't be out here putting people on their fucking back. And all I keep hearing is, Fonz a puncher. He just be punching. He just be punching. And then people be like, oh, he be reaching. He be reaching. That's because instead of actually listening, you know how like people don't listen to the whole verse, they just take certain parts of the verse, or people don't listen to a whole conversation, they just take a couple of statements and then try to make it out. Bro, listen to his entire rhymes. If you listen to Fonz's entire rounds without all these extra jump ins, if you just pay attention to the content, you will have a lot more appreciation for what he does. Because Fonz say some shit and you be like, man, that's wrong. Or you be like, damn, why he say that? And you will hear it on the playback or something that happened around you, and you'll be like, oh, that's what the fuck he talking about. All right. And there's so much word association going on in battle rap that people is it's so much word association that goes on with the rhymes and lyrics now. That it just seemed like the culture is getting dumbed down. They're getting dumbed down. So Fonz on Summer Madness battled Danny Myers. Now Fonz was supposed to battle Danny Myers a few times, but things happen. They end up on Summer Madness. I thought that's a Summer Madness type of battle. I like that. Okay. Now They had this battle as the first main battle, or the first big battle of this, right? And URL sprinkled in some little one round. Okay, this is what I didn't like on the URL side, and this is something about the URL I don't like. But shout out to Smack. I give Smack credit. When you ask Smack about a situation, he's going to tell you how he feels. Everybody has a right to choose their own feelings. So however they choose to go about it, that's on them. And if you don't like it, oh well, that's your opinion too. But everybody entitled to their own. Smack said this at the end of the face-offs of Summer Madness. Branding matters. Marketing, promotion, likability matters. It is one of the biggest components that influences what matchups you get and what type of promotion you get. So, case in point, Sue Surf feel like he can do what he want because Sue Surf got a fan base regardless of battle rap. People follow Sue Surf. And I don't say that to put nobody down. I'm just calling a spade a spade. People follow Surf. They follow his music. They follow his IG. They follow his life. They follow his interactions. They follow his teammates. A lot of people only follow certain guys because they fuck with Sue Surf. So Sue Surf is not only marketable, but Sue Surf been doing this battle rap shit a long time. And Sue Surf got a better pen than people give him credit for. Even though I feel like in these last few years he done dumbed it down. But Sue Surf about business. And if you don't know that, if you just listen to him and check his mannerisms, everything is marketing and promotion with him. Anytime he touched the camera or he's seen in any type of multimedia, like whatever the case, video side, whatever the case, he's always in promotion. So anytime you see something from Sue Surf, it makes you want to watch it. So when he has a chance to battle, especially battle somebody he's had a grudge with for so long, it makes people want to come watch. This is why he is who he is. Calico, Easy. Easy came in later. He figured that out. That's why Easy so prominent. Luke Castro. That's why he get a lot of looks. Real Sick. Well, I don't know. I can't include Real Sick. But Luke, I ain't gonna include Real Sick. But Easy and Sue and Calico, they do that. They have a presence outside of battle rap. And that's basically what it is. Like outside of battle rap, fans can interact with them on multiple levels. Whether it's at a show that you see them at, whether that's on a podcast they got, or when they on Twitter, whether they on somebody else post going back and forth, or whether it's the interviews, or they might not be battling, but they might be at that event and they do some interviews. All that shit adds from it. They might sell clothing or something like that. All that shit matters, bro. All of it. Right? But let me get off that. So anyway, back to URL. I feel like as a business though, that even when these guys not doing it, you're supposed to be showing them how to do it by how you present it. You did the event in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the big reason is you said because they are heavily involved in the culture. Cool. But they ruined the event. Charlotte, I don't know y'all. I ain't got no gripe with y'all. But y'all ruined Summer Madness. And if you don't believe, if you ask the 2 million people that watch the battles on caffeine from their devices in the comfort of their own home or with their people, however they streamed it, they will tell you the same thing. Y'all ruined the event. Now, y'all can get all mad and do all this at the end of the day, but I want y'all to keep in mind something why people say that. People watch the battles to hear the battle rappers spit. The crowd is just part of the background. It is not the show. And Charlotte made themselves the show and ruined the event in the process. You don't know how infuriating it is at home to be hearing, and or whether you was at work, whether, like I say, you was with your group watching, how infuriating it was to try to hear a person's battle, try to hear what they coming at or coming with, and y'all loud and y'all talking. And then when somebody asks y'all to chill out, now y'all want to be prideful and do all that, bro. Y'all bought a ticket to the event to watch the battlers. So how you mad at somebody asking you to keep it down so the performers can perform? Do you see this go on at the opera? Do they say anything at the opera? When you go to the concerts, do the people participate with the artists, or do they try to do the concert for the artists? Sue Surf literally left Summer Madness and went to Rolling Loud. Do you think at Rolling Loud they were trying to talk over his performance? So why would you, as fans who probably paid $200 something to get into the event, why would you try to out talk or outperform the battlers you paid to see? What was your point of going if you was gonna do that? That shit is selfish. That shit is selfish. This ain't even about that's selfish, bro. It's just fucking selfish. So, but again, URL didn't help the cause. URL comes out with a surprise battle, and their first battle is Soul versus Z. Z the Dropout. It's something Soul, but I don't want to mess his name up. I know it's Soul versus Z, right? And these are two Crucible guys who made it to the end of the process, most likely. Because I haven't watched all the Crucible events they put on the app to check it out. And yes, I do subscribe to the app. You are, so if you're watching this, catch this. Again, I am a supporter. I ain't just up here trying to bash. I'm really just calling a spade how I see it. I don't think Z and Soul should have been the first event. For one, why would you let rookies kick off one of your biggest events of the year? Why? You followed that up with the Fonz and Danny Myers battle, and then followed that up with the Run Rounder with Averb and Hollow the Don. So y'all just be showing favoritism for no reason. You're not even operating on some business shit type shit. Y'all on some petty personal type shit. Because you did not do Z and Soul a service by putting them in that predicament. You didn't help yourself as a business and as a promotional entity by putting them first. And this is no knock on them, but they were victims in this. And it's crazy that I said the word victim. I know people gonna go crazy. Victim? What the fuck are they talking about, bruh? DNA the night before at the face-offs that he co-hosted with Jay Black said in a rant, the people who go first got the biggest job of the event because they set the tone for the event. Charlotte is not used to having a Summer Madness or a Gnome event in their city. So for their first experience, why would you give them people nobody knew? Just strategically, that shit was stupid. That shit was idiotic. All right, but you did it. Soul and Z actually had nice ass material. They had some fire ass material, both of them. But you couldn't tell because the crowd was still confused. Now, mind you, they had been in that event a few hours before it started streaming. So they're drunk, they're intoxicated, and all this. And the first thing you give them is people we don't know. That shit made no sense. You should have started the event with A-Bird and Hollow the Don. Because that would have changed the whole outlook of the event. Because then they would have been like, oh, we didn't even know. Oh, that's raw. And they would have all paid attention. That would have set a tone. Like, damn, ain't no telling what smacking them might pull out the bag, bro. We got to really pay attention. But instead, you gave them some nobodies. And I don't mean, and I've been trying to stray away from saying nobodies because they're in a position to build their name up, and it's not fair to say that. So my apologies. You know what I'm saying? But people who ain't really got that status, they like, y'all got rookies starting the event when you had two raw vets that could have set the whole event on. All right? Then you could have followed that up with Danny and Fonz because you know Danny and Fonz are two people that's in the pin category. You have to listen to what they saying because you might miss a lot of shit. One's a puncher, one's considered a puncher, strictly, and one's considered the most underrated ever. Right? Soul and Z, like I said, they both have fire bars. Shouts out and congratulations to them for being able to do that on that stage to get through their material without too much hesitation or hiccups in that environment. Shout out to y'all. Big ups to y'all. I definitely look forward to catching some of y'all stuff wherever I can catch it. Danny and Fonz was an interesting match. And then it was lopsided. All right. Now I'm gonna tell you how I judge battles. I judge battles by the entire body of work. So even though we go round by round, and you're gonna say, okay, I think he got this round or he got this round, and so forth and so forth. Even after that, I take the whole battle in its entirety and I compare material and moments, and I say, okay, even though I might have edged this guy in every round, as a total body of work, this material wasn't 3 rounds better than those 3 rounds. As a total body of work, maybe 2 rounds was better, and they got at least 1 round. So that's how I come to my 2-1, my 2-1 conclusion. Or if I want to keep something at a gentleman's 30, it's because I felt like you didn't come Jake, like you had fire shit. It's just the guy standing in front of you had even better shit than what you had. So, that's sometimes it's how a gentleman's 30 go. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't no, like I say, ain't no slight. It's just, sometimes your product just don't match up to the product in front of you, man. That shit just happens, okay? Danny does a lot of rebuttaling. And he comes at bars in different ways. I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite Danny Myers bars. All right, because I fucks with that. One of my favorite Danny Myers bars is a lima bean in the time machine. You will be a vegetable in the future. I don't give a fuck how nobody feels. That shit was epic. Raw as fuck. He said that shit in the battle that helped get Rum Nitty his visibility. But that's another conversation. All right. But in this battle, wait, hold on. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all patience. You know what I'm saying? I be having to do multiple things. Listen, as I say, I'm a hood guy. I'm gonna be the same guy in real life that I am on the internet. It is what it is. All right. So finally, Fonz won a coin toss. I promise y'all, I feel like majority of Fonz's career, he been going first. So in my mind, he finally wins a coin toss. Um, he might have won a coin toss at his first gnome against Jada Nightwing. But I think that whole tournament though, he kept having to go first. But anyway, Danny Meyer goes first. Danny Meyer has some cool material. He had a few moments. But Fonz came out with his first round, bro. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I think I probably strayed away from this point earlier. Um, real rap beats all that bullshit. You can have some of the rawest haymakers in the world, bro. Facts, genuine facts, beat all that extra entertainment shit. All right. Hip hop culture is built off reality. Most songs and music come from an experience. Battle rap's natural aggressive demeanor comes from life experiences. So when a person can creatively bring those or your or their opponents real facts to the table in a way that hits, the opposing guy has to nullify that point before the rest of their material can hit. Now, people say that's just in your opinion. And this is where I say fans don't know what they want. They only feel connected to. I'll take you back to Tay Rock versus Goods. Tay Rock had fire ass material. But Goods said, you're going to do this. You're going to move like this. He made it funny. And he made it sound lame. Tay Rock, who is not the rebuttaling type, didn't nullify that with some type of rebuttal. So therefore, when he got to spit in his rounds after Goods made that impact in the first rounds, his material just didn't hit the same. The same thing happened with JC and Sharon. Sharon had fire ass material. But when JC hit on these real points, and Sharon, who was a known rebuttaler, did not touch these points, it did not help him. So we gotta keep, as a culture, man, y'all gotta keep the same energy because y'all flip wish-washy as fuck. But again, I think that stems from how visible you are, or how accessible you are as said artist or battler when it comes to the masses outside of battle rap. All right. Fonz was wailing on that first round. I can't wait till they drop on the app so I can get the playback on. But I don't see how nobody gave Danny the first round. The first round wasn't close. It was not close. The way, and I feel like this, Fonz's first round started kind of, it didn't start, I guess you could say it kind of started kind of slow compared to the end. Not that it just started slow. But the way that he was consecutively bombing, ending that round, he ended with the with a with like a scheme for his kids. And he was hitting some real points. Now people will say, "Oh, these topics is overused. But that's the problem. People see headlines and don't really read the body of work. So you miss all the shit that's actually important. And the shit Fonz was talking about was very creative. And it was funny. And he was punching. Let me tell y'all something about battle rap. Okay? When you have a line that is creative, it is true, and it is funny, that's a haymaker. Like those type, it's hard to beat those type of bars because it's touching on too many areas for you to be like, oh, that ain't it. That's some personal hating shit. Oh, that ain't hit that hard. Woody wow. Like I done did it a few times. So I know it's real. You feel me? You had to go back and be like, no, man, that shit was fire. I just, compared to I don't fuck with it. You know how it be, right? Danny comes back in that round and he rebuttals. Started second. His first rebuttal was trash. Because Fonz at the end of the round had a Christmas scheme for Santa and Rudolph and shit, but he was talking about Danny's daughter being a stripper and door dashing, which is true shit that you can find on the internet. It's not like he just made shit up. Shit's true, right? So Danny calls himself rebuttaling the Christmas scheme, right? And understand too, y'all, body language matters. Okay. You could feel like a guy won, but if he feel like he lost, what can you really do? All right. And nothing about Danny's body language in that battle denoted that he felt like he won, first of all. But that's later. Danny's first rebuttal fell flat. His second rebuttal was okay. It was light years better than the first one. But on the overall, it was all right. You know what I'm saying? That's not downplaying and trying to say like it was gas, but it was cool though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't heard Danny rebuttal way harder than that. So knowing that I've heard him come up with some epic shit on the fly, bro, I cannot put that rebuttal up there with the other ones. So it was all right. Danny's second round was nice. It's fuck. Danny's second was crazy. And then Fonz had to do his second. Fonz rebutted Danny. Now, what a lot of y'all don't know is Fonz got his URL, like his visibility from rebuttal. I don't know why he don't rebuttal a lot now that he's been getting in the URL and shit. But make no mistake about this, bro. He is up there in rebuttal. He can rebuttal with Danny, if not better. He can rebuttal with A Ward, if not better. And they know that. Y'all as fans may not know that, but I promise you, if you ask Danny and A Ward about Fonz's rebuttaling skills, they will both tell you he up there. They'll both tell you that for sure. So for some reason, and this is where I say, the crowd was asleep in this battle. The crowd was asleep, y'all. They were asleep. And the way the crowd reacts has a lot of influence on every battle rap. I don't care who you are on that stage. The veterans know how to come out of that shit.
Didn't
But
Fonz just battle
the
somebody from
crowd has
down there?
a huh?
I said, didn't Fonz just battle somebody from down that way?
Swamp.
Swamp?
Yeah, he battled Swamp in the tournament.
Oh yeah, that might be why.
That's a solid point. That's a solid point. They could have some carryover from the tournament, especially since Swamp didn't win. That you know what? That could make sense. I ain't consider that. I didn't. But anyway, the crowd was asleep the whole night. So many bars flew over that crowd head that most of us at home was like, y'all didn't hear that? I mean, be honest, man. A lot of us was at home like, bruh, this crowd, y'all missed that? Y'all ain't catch this? That shit was crazy. So, Bond's rebuttal was fire. And during Danny's second round, he threw his hat. No matter of fact, he threw his hat after the second rebuttal. At the beginning of the second round, he threw his hat. Keep that in mind. So fire rebuttal. And I was at work, y'all. I didn't write no lyrics down and shit. I ain't write no lyrics. But Fonz going through his material in a second, and the crowd started booing. Now, mind you, understand, in 3 verses that's already transpired, the crowd been asleep. They done missed buku shit Danny was saying. They done missed buku shit Fonz was saying. Even though, like I say, the end of Fonz first was electric for real. But they was missing a lot of shit. Fonz going through his shit. And they basically, okay, like at the event you could boo, but you can't boo to the point that a person can't finish their material. That man is at work. Imagine somebody coming in your job and just standing in the middle of your way while you trying to do your work. Yeah, you could work around them, but why are you there in the first place? Like, why? Like, what sense does that make? Those guys were paid to fulfill a job, and they couldn't fulfill a job because of the spectators. Nobody paid to see the spectators, bro. Nobody at home tuned in to watch the Charlotte crowd. Even y'all didn't pay to get into the event to watch y'all. Y'all went to watch the battle rap. So let them fucking work. All right. Fonz get 3/4 through his round, and it just wasn't even no point of trying. Not that he forgot or he stumbled. It just wasn't no point because the crowd was just on some fuck shit. So Danny, out of happenstance, got the second, in my opinion. You go to the third round, Danny rides that momentum into the third. Has another rebuttal. But it wasn't the usual Danny Myers rebuttal though. Like Danny be spitting some fire ass rebuttals, bruh. He be spitting rebuttals that'll take some cats 20 minutes to write out, to think out. He be doing that shit on the spot, bruh. The rebuttal just wasn't that fire. But it was good enough for the crowd to get on it. You see what I'm saying? But understand, this crowd been asleep already. They were asleep during the rookies battle. They was definitely asleep during this battle. Danny had a nice third. But I thought Fonz's third was retarded. Bruh, it was retarded, bruh. It's just nice. So I gave Fonz the first and the third. I thought he got the third clear. And I thought he got the first clear. Now, in my opinion, I feel like he would have got the second too if they wouldn't have stopped his round with the crowd nonsense. But that's my opinion. I feel like he clearly got the first, and I feel like he clearly got the third. So people running around on Twitter and shit talking about he lost to Danny. Where? Please prove this. I can't wait for the battle to drop. Please prove this. Because we didn't see this. We wasn't hearing the same thing. That's just me, though. All right? I ain't always right. But Fonz won that battle. So then, right after that, was the A-Verb and Hollow the Down one-rounder that they wanted to finish from the previous summer match. This was a good A-Verb. A-Verb actually came to rap. He came to fight. And then Hollow did what he did. I didn't catch the whole thing, so I got to catch that on the replay. But from what I seen, from what I seen of both of their rounds, though, that was a really good one round. And it's probably even better with the other material that I missed. That was a really good round. And once again, that should have started the event. They're vets. They are legends. That should have started the event. You start the event off with legends. That's how you set the tone for the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? Right after them was Suge and Chess. Again, at this point, I done got to the conclusion. It was at this battle that I concluded that anybody considered a pen will not get love from the crowd. Chess, why the fuck you always throwing up? And that's a rhetorical question because on stage you said you have no clue why that's happening. And I understand that. I truly understand when shit be happening, you just don't understand why the fuck this shit always happen like that. I just take that as a sign that that's just what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Wait, hold on right quick because I'm about to round this up. All right, we right back like Cook, right? Again, DC 3 degrees, deeper than bars, deeper than rap. We go beyond the bars and deep in the facts. Um, Discussing Summer Madness right now, streaming on multiple social platforms, Facebook, YouTube. If you missed the live version, feel free to subscribe to Spotify. Find us deeper than bars, or Anchor, Google Podcasts, Radio Public. You can find us on multiple streaming platforms. Um, Suge, like I say, Chess, I can understand when something keeps happening and you just have no explanation for that shit. You know. Um, but I big ups to you to fight always through that shit, and you always have some fire ass material. I thought tonight or that night, I thought he had fire material, but the crowd ain't want to hear that shit.
You were talking about like choke. That's what you mean by throw up.
No, he threw up. No, he ain't choke. He just throw up.
Like really throw up, like BARZ.
Yeah, he really throw up. Like he really throw up.
My little homie that I filmed for that on some football shit. He damn near throw up every game. Like they don't know what it is, like, but he throw up.
You know what I'm saying? Then they go out there and show their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like they get in game mode. And man, everybody different, bro. We all weird in our own way. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be. At least he fight through the shit. You feel me? So, but Suge was on 10. Suge energy. His material was Suge material. He came to play. And Suge was saying some shit. Sometimes a lot of times I feel like he be coming on some mediocre shit. Like he'll have a fire ass round or a fire ass half a round or two fire ass half rounds. Like he just be half stepping. And he ain't half step tonight. I thought Chess in the first 2 rounds had some fire ass material. I thought the first round was debatable though. I thought the first round was debatable. Um, but after that, um, between Suge energy, his star power, and the crowd, it was nothing Chess could do, and Chess looked defeated on the stage. Um, Again, something I had to learn with this shit is appearance matters. Image fucking matters. Because when you in a situation like that, where you just outmatched like that due to circumstances beyond your control for real, at least you can look nice. And I know it seemed like a bullshit ass caveat, but bro, these are images that'll last forever. At least look nice. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. But Suge took this battle in the building. I think on camera though, Chess might get the first 2 rounds. Or he might get the first 2 rounds. He's not getting the third. He's not getting the third. And I thought he had some nice ass material in it. He's not getting the third. But it's possible material wise he get the first 2 rounds. At least the first one for sure, because the second one is where like the crowd again. Again, nobody tunes in to watch the crowd. We want to watch the battlers battle. That's why we observe, to watch the battlers battle. So the next battle was Swamp and Tay Rock, which, in my opinion, they majority 80% of the building came to see Swamp. I actually called Swamp for upset of the night. Tay Rock fire, y'all, but this Swamp got a way of presenting his material in a way that just kind of doesn't make your shit hit that hard. You know, it don't work against everybody, but he does have that about him. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call him the most lyrical, but I feel like he got enough, of a vocabulary, but he witty. And sometimes I don't give a fuck how smart you are. A person with more wits seems more intelligent than you because it's about result and getting there. And a person who don't gotta do all these loops and holes to get to the bang versus a person who can straight shoot to the bang is always gonna look behind. So or seem behind. So that's why I gotta give props to Swamp. You know what I'm saying, for what he do. Um, Again, the crowd took over the battle, but Tay Rock different, bruh. He wasn't having that shit. He did. He just said y'all be eating raccoon and shit and all this, bruh. That shit that became a whole meme and that shit was crazy. This battle was probably the most entertaining battle. It wasn't battle of the night, but it was probably the most entertaining battle out of them, just because between Swamp and Tay Rock's interaction and the crowd's interaction with Tay Rock and their interaction with Swamp, this battle was entertaining as fuck. And I say that as at least, at least it was entertaining because the crowd ruined the battle. We did not tune in to watch the crowd. We want to hear the battlers battle. So let's go again. The very next battle is the battle everybody wants to see. JC versus Sousa. Because I am in Florida getting ready for Hurricane Ian, and I'm literally moments away from about to go start prepping. I'm not going to be able to spend the time on this that I want to. I'm going to get straight to the point. This was star power versus mm, versus unprepared. This is star power versus unprepared. Now, I don't say that to diss JC, but JC, again, when you don't interact with the culture and they can't really follow you outside of battle rap, that matters. Just totally from a business, promotion, marketing, and branding standpoint, that matters. And to get paid top dollars, you gotta be marketable. Period. You gotta be likable in some type of way. Again, I've already said, Sue Surf, in my opinion, has dumbed down his material a lot to compared to the Sue Surf that I started watching back in the early 2010s. You know what I'm saying? Um, but he had electrifying moments, and he get to the point. He go boom, 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 boom. He set it up so he can go boom, 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 and that's just veteranship. That's just having your scheme for the game pinned out. That's knowing the marketing and the business and knowing how to control the crowd. That's just being an all around battle. Okay, but his material was not better than JC's. It was not. I ain't gonna say no. I am. I don't really think it was close. I watch it on the playback. You know what I'm saying? Because on the playback, you catch things you missed the first time. And the fact that the crowd just kept running, like, bruh, this, like, at this point, this, like, the fifth battle, bruh, sixth battle, bruh, and the crowd still taking over the fucking event. I think a lot of people would have tuned out if Calico and Easy wasn't the last battle. A lot, a lot of people would have stopped tuning into the stream. So I give URL credit
Yeah,
for
I
knowing when.
tuned out. I tuned out. Crowd was getting on my fucking nerves.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Y'all, and I just want y'all to understand something, Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So once
you
I
pay your money to go to the event, you can act however you want to act, bro, and that's okay. Y'all, you act, you can, but it's bigger than that. This is the culture. This is us representing our, as fans, representing for our favorite performers, or artists, in a way to celebrate them, whether it be their highs or their lows. We celebrate them because that's their job and they get out there and do it. We're not doing it. So why take over the event? Like, you don't know what people outside who not at the event had to do to make arrangements to watch the event. You don't know how much they're in tune with this shit, that it's a part of them, and they want to be able to enjoy it. And y'all fucked up the whole event. What you about to say, bro?
oh no, that's I would say so I ain't know what was going on with the raccoon meme I've been seeing with Tay Rock and shit. See, I ain't get
Tay
time.
Tay Rock had a bar. He was starting off his round. I think it was his second. And you know how during the battle, him and they even though they was rapping, they was talking to each other too.
Yeah,
That's why I say this is probably the most entertaining battle. And had they not interacted, bro, this probably would have been battle of the night. I'm gonna argue that had the crowd not interacted, this would have been battle of the night. You know what I'm saying? Or at least been in contention. Um, but he said something about eating raccoon to set up another bar, um, to swamp. And the crowd started interacting. And when he said it, Tay Rock was surprised. He was like, wait, all y'all eat raccoon? And to him, when he heard that, that was funny. Like, oh, y'all, I never had raccoon. Like, And he's saying like, yeah, I done ate some weird shit before, but I ain't never had no raccoon. Like, so, but anyway, from that point, that battle was over. Because the crowd wouldn't let Tay Rock rap, and Tay Rock kept talking shit to him. And I don't blame him. I missed something. I skipped something. When Fonz started his third round, he had a rebuttal of Danny Myers throwing his hat from the rebuttal to start his second round. And he tied it into the crowd booing him in his second round. That motherfucking rebuttal, that bar was so fucking crazy. That bitch was fire, bro. That might have been the hardest. That might have been the hardest rebuttal of the night, bro. And because the crowd, because now mind you, this is how you know it was wrong. Because when he said it, the crowd erupted, and then the bar settled in to what he was saying, and then they started booing him again. Like, come on, bro. Like, really? Anyway, back to Sue Surfer JC. JC first round, he talked to Surf. I will argue that outside of Charlie Clips, nobody has ever talked to Sue Surf that way. The way JC talked to him in that first round. Fuck what y'all talk about. JC was bombing on his ass in that first round. But again, Sue Surf got this shit figured out. Sue Surf had a nice first round. I don't think it was as nice as his second round. I will argue his third round. I argue Sue Surf's third round was his best round. But JC first round was crazy. JC's second round was crazy. But the crowd was booing him. I don't even know why they was booing JC. Just like I don't know why they was booing Chess. Like there wasn't as like I understood why they booed Tay Rock. Out of all the booing of the night, I totally understood why they booed Tay Rock. It was funny, but I understood. When it comes to the first battle with the rookies, they tried to boo them too. And this is why I called them victims at the beginning. Because they was put in almost an impossible situation. You're dealing with a drunk crowd on the stage that you never did before. I don't think either one of them had ever performed in front of 2,000-3,000 people before. So you put them on first to set off the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? And now they shit really can't land because people still halfway through the battle trying to figure out where they came from. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, y'all just dropped the Crucibles like a few days before Summer Madness, and y'all act like everybody got the app or everybody got time to sit down for an hour and watch that shit. Like, you do realize people have lives, right? Like, we don't get paid from watching battle rap. We get no money for investing in battle rap. There is no kickback for the fan that pays to watch battle rap. There's no kickback. We can't put that shit on our taxes. We get nothing out of it but the entertainment. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind when y'all putting shit together. And that goes for all battle leagues. I keep that in mind. You know, you don't know what a person had to do to sacrifice to do that, to be there in that moment. We have lives. We got shit to do. Battle rap don't pay us. It pay y'all. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? When you playing with people's time. And I can say that to URL because they've gotten better with starting the events on time and finishing them in a timely fashion. But before, and they ain't great at it, but they better than they was, and they was horrendous at it. Battle event started at 3. The first battle ain't till 5. People got shit to do. But anyway, I don't know why they booed JC in the second round. It made no sense. Even Surf didn't understand why they was booing. But Surf is a showman, so of course he's going to use it to his advantage. Same way like Danny uses it to his advantage, but that's what vets do. Surf came with his second, then JC came with his third. I liked it, JC third, but I just think, and JC was bombing in his third. But I think that in that round, Surf round was a little better. I think it was a little better. Not a like. I think he edged it. I think Surf edged the third because I think JC had a lot of power in his third. I think the one issue I had with JC third that it was short, but I think he only shortened it. I don't think that was all the material for that round. I think he just shortened it because of how the crowd was acting. So in all actuality, we really got robbed as viewers and spectators of what we should have got. All right, but I thought JC won the first and second round of that battle. Call me crazy. Even with the fact that JC didn't finish it, man, it's a difference between metaphors and real rap. Period, man. It's a difference. Which leads us to the battle of the night, the last battle. Now, I didn't watch the third round of this battle. I was driving, coming back from a 2-hour ride. And I'm saying I tried to watch as much as I could, but somewhere in the third, the crowd started fucking with the battle. So it was hard to keep watching it, and it just wasn't worth the time. The first 2 rounds, though, was crazy. Off those 2 rounds, I would assume that this is probably a debatable classic. Outside of the crowd interference. All right. And as much as I wanted, I've already said it 1,000 times in this video, but I just, again, we tune in to watch the battlers. We want to see them perform and enjoy what they bring to the table. Some people spend money, getting all their stuff together, cooking their food, getting their people over, and they make an event out of it, like it's a Super Bowl, like it's a major boxing event. Nobody does that to see the crowd. None of these other events do you see the crowd get that involved to where they interfere with their performance. Oh yeah, people run on the field and stuff. Do they do that every game though? And guess what? Once those people get off the field, does the game go on? Does the rest of the crowd interfere with the game? You didn't have a major thing happen like that since Cleveland with the Bottlegate incident with the football team. You know what I'm saying? So, Summer Madness to me, I rated it a 2. And when it came to performance of the night, nobody. I couldn't give nobody performance of the night. I guess by default it should. I guess you could argue Surf by default. But in my opinion, and I pause like that because I just remember something. I didn't give who I thought won Swamp versus Tay-Rock. But I think I said I'm just gonna reserve that. I want to rewatch the battle because the crowd fucked the battle. Right? But yeah, I rated it 2. Performance of the night, nobody. Maybe Suge or Surf by default. Battle of the night was the battlers versus the crowd. That was battle of the night. The crowd versus the battle rappers trying to do their job. I can almost promise you, URL, if you do any other televised event in Charlotte, you will not get that many viewers. I can almost promise you that. If you tell us that you're doing a caffeine event in Charlotte, you might not get 100,000 viewers. A lot of us will just wait till it comes out on the app. So if that's what you want to avoid, man, y'all, it's got to be some type of standard set, bro. It's got to be some type of guidelines to the crowd, and and that's just where I'm at with it, man. I done already sat here for the longest, though. I gotta go. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Deeper than bars, deeper than rap. When we go beyond the bars, deeper than facts. Let's switch back to D Trent, but this is DC 3 Degrees. You feel me? So, like I say, we streaming on Facebook and YouTube. You can follow us on all social platforms at either Mogul Vaughn or Deeper Than Bars. Follow the groups. Subscribe to us on the YouTube. And if you missed the live version, you catch a replay on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, and other streaming platforms. It's been a pleasure, y'all. Please stay safe. Understand that Black culture is our culture and everything that comes with it, from the inventions to the innovations. All right, this is our shit, and we should treat it as such. Not on no, but just how we go about the etiquette of enjoying it and putting it out here. We need to take more pride and take more responsibility and putting more of a better face on it as a collective. It's not just on the battlers, and not just on the business owners, it's not just on the fans, it's not just on the media. It's on all of us to work in unison to get this shit right. You feel me? Because our shit should be respected in a different light. People shouldn't feel like they gonna have to lose their life for making it out of the bullshit. Ain't that fucked up? All right. So deeper than bars, deeper than rap. We go beyond the bars and deeper than facts. One love, y'all. Prayers up to all my people out here in Florida, man. We gonna make it through this hurricane, y'all. Y'all be easy. One.